The Punisher. So as I mentioned before, kind of with Daredevil, I'm kind of making my way through all the Marvel Netflix shows, and I do plan to talk about Agents of Shield and Agent Carter, mostly because I never really engaged with those shows to the point where I actually watched through them all. So I'm gonna do that. But I'm kind of doing with the Marvel Netflix shows mostly because of Daredevil. I want to do the Punisher first, so I am kind of watching these shows out of order. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like it matters too much for the stories of these shows if you've already seen them, anyways. This is a good season series to watch because Daredevil's coming back anyway, so I kind of did want to watch this one first, and he's coming back in Daredevil. Punisher's a weird character because, unlike a lot of the Marvel characters that these shows were kind of adapting, like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist. None of these characters have really been in movies. I guess Daredevil had a movie, but Punisher had like three up until this point. And so it's kind of crazy when you say Dolph Lundgren, not Dolph Lundgren, got him, now I'm going blank on his name, the actor in the show, John Berthal, that's right, is the best Punisher because there's been like three or four of them. And to be fair, I haven't really seen those movies. I plan to, I guess. When we get a new Punisher project, I think my plan is to go through those. But that's crazy, because the Punisher is a character that's appeared in so many movies. To see that is really cool. And John Berthal really did make that character immediately enticing after you saw him in Daredevil season 2. But I feel like this show kind of dropped the ball. I feel like this show is kind of boring. It doesn't really feel like the Daredevil show tonally in some ways, where I felt like that show had a darker edge for the character of Daredevil, where this show didn't have as much of a darker edge. That moral ambiguity wasn't there quite on the level like it was with Daredevil. It's not a bad show. John Berthal really carries a lot of this show. But it does, I feel like watching this show, it's a little more mediocre, where I feel like it's just, there's so many great comic book storylines and comic book things that the Punisher has. He's really one of the best Marvel characters. And they've kind of not done a lot with him in this show to really make it worth having his own show. It's not a bad show, but it does feel like, okay, it's kind of slow, meandering, not a lot of stuff that really was as strong as it probably should have been writing wise. I don't feel like John Berthal's character is really given a lot to do in this show in terms of what his character is supposed to do. You can tell he loves the role and he's really good, but I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.